Hello guys, it's me Lunar. Welcome back to another Red Dead Online video. In this one, we're talking about how to improve your aim to get kills easier in both Red Dead Online and Story Mode, including free aim, auto aim, and first person. I'll be going over in another video best weapons and weapon mods in more detail to see how they can also improve your game. Check the description for timestamp of my settings if you just want to skip to that part. If the video is helpful, a like is appreciated. We'll start by looking at exactly what settings do, beginning with targeting. Auto aim lets you lock onto targets immediately when you hold the aim button and generally makes the game easier. Since we have no separate auto aim and free aim lobbies online, some auto aim, especially on PvP, is necessary to compete even if you don't really enjoy using it. Free aiming gives you more control over your aim and is better fit for players who want to test their skills and just want more responsive controls in general. In the targeting section, lock-on mode on foot. This determines the aiming system that you use while not on your horse. Your options are normal, narrow and wide, and free aim. Normal aim gives you a moderate amount of auto aim and targets enemies that are close to where they're aiming at. Narrow provides auto aim that targets enemies that are right in front of you and not too far to the sides. Wide aim targets an enemy that is on your screen and makes the game easier overall. You can pretty much target enemies wherever they are. Free aim of course disables all of these auto aim options. To compare the difference, I'm showing you guys me aiming at a target with 3 different settings. Wide is the furthest away that you will actually auto aim onto a target. Normal is in the middle, and narrow is the one you have to be really close in order for auto aim to actually work. Aim assist strength on foot. This is essentially a fine tuning for aim assist. For example, on normal lock-on mode, if you have this set to high, you'll be a lot closer to the wide lock-on setting, and if you have it set to low, you'll be closer to the narrow lock-on setting, and that's how that works. It's the same settings for when you shoot on horses. Third-person controls then, look sensitivity. This setting determines how quickly the camera turns when you move the right analog stick. If the bar is half or below, then you're going to find looking around has a weight to it, so it feels sluggish. If the bar is high, you will move too fast. Aim sensitivity, just like look sensitivity, this setting determines how quickly you can move your crosshair when holding down the aim. Again, if this is not set right, it will feel sluggish or you will over aim at targets. Now, 2 of the most important ones probably are aim acceleration. This determines how long it takes for the camera or aiming speed to reach its fastest point. If the bar is low, you'll need a bit of time for the camera to pick up speed for it to reach maximum speed. If it's set to high, you will reach full camera movement pretty much straight away, allowing you to do things like turn 360 degrees quick or 180 to shoot targets behind you as quick as possible. Dead zone, this determines how much you need to move your analog stick before the game registers the movement. The higher the setting, the more you need to move the stick away from the center in order for it to register. And I think that pretty much covers all of the settings in game. So what are the best ones to actually use? Well, to start with, try these settings and then you can, as you build your muscle memory, start to increase the speed of things. For targeting auto aim, lock on mode. If you plan to play with auto aim, set both on foot and horse to normal and change the aim strength to about half. This will make it so you can still auto aim at targets within maybe a meter of where your crosshair is, but it's not so high that you will aim at targets that you're not even looking at. It's a nice balance. If you plan to free aim, then you can set both of these off and set the sensitivities to off as well, and then we will have to change our third-person settings in order to improve these. For third-person controls, the options is up to you, but the standard or standard FPS are good choices. Mostly it switches from A or X button to toggling the left stick to run, like most FPS games. Horse controls, either you can aim the camera yourself or the camera will move based on where your horse is facing. That's a personal choice. I prefer to move the camera on my own. On to the big ones then. Look sensitivity I have to begin with at default. Aim sensitivity I have to 1 higher than default for the setting. As you learn these controls and you improve your muscle memory, you can start to increase these higher, and if you find playing becomes too sluggish again, then you can increase these by 1 each, or as much as you feel as though it's not too sluggish, but not to the point where you're over aiming. If you're over aiming, bring it back down and you will be at your perfect settings. For aim acceleration, I have this set to 1 from the end. If you increase your aim and look sensitivity by 1 because it feels sluggish, but now you're over aiming, you can try lowering this by a little bit to see if that helps you. But to begin with, I have this set from 1 away from the end. Dead zone, for everyone, completely turn this off. You won't ever really need to change that. Everyone should have 0 dead zone. However, low dead zones can cause some issues with some players with controller drift, where the controls will move on their own. In this case, you'll need to increase your dead zone until that stops. But if you can, keep that at 0. For first person, well, we're actually going to use the same exact settings. I find it works out really well to use these the same as the third person. Just make sure when you're using first person to aim down your sights, as it will help improve your aiming. So guys, here are the settings you should start with to improve the sluggish controls and make particularly free aiming more responsive. Basically, you're going to start with the same aim and camera sensitivity. You're going to move your aim acceleration all the way up almost, and your dead zone all the way off. And just by doing that, you should see a big difference straight away. After that, you can start to play around with look and aim sensitivities, and you can also start to lower the aim acceleration slightly if you want to try and find what works best for you. Start with the controls that you can see on screen, and then you can try to work your way to these controls, where I have slightly higher look and aim sensitivity, and I've lowered the aim acceleration by 1 for me, because I personally find that with it being higher, I over-aimed slightly, but I wanted to keep my look and aim sensitivity this high, as it felt more responsive. Over time, you can start to increase your speed even faster, which faster in a game that, especially on PvP, is a good thing, because you can hit targets quicker, but that will require you to do a bit of practice. So to begin with, start with the settings that I suggested. Guys, I hope this video was helpful. I'm going over in the next one the best PvP weapon and the weapons in general, talking about mods more specifically and how they improve weapons. Subscribe for more Red Dead Online videos, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.